Hello, my name is Jonathan Lai, and I'm currently a sophomore at Middle Tennessee State University studying pre-med, and I'm 18 years old. And today I'll be giving basically a reflection of my week, what I've learned, what I've taken away, and what I'm looking forward to. So, first of all, I'd like to start off with my gratitude list, and I was listening to a few podcasts as I was walking to school this week, and I heard this really great conversation where it was just like, instead of writing down the external things you're grateful for, write down what you're grateful for internally so that you can start building up that self-belief. So I'm grateful for my ability to speak to people without social anxiety anymore, because that used to kind of be a big problem for me. Like, I feared what people would think about me, but now not so much. And I've learned that communication is super key, and that you shouldn't be scared to ask for what you want, because at the end of the day, you're the one who's going to be losing out. My ability to inspire people through action. I've mostly been seeing that through the pool recently, when I'm working really hard in the pool or being really intentional with what I'm doing in the weight room, and seeing kind of that energy just go around to my teammates, and they'll work hard as well. I've also been writing quotes at swim practice and inspiring people in that way as well. Just trying to put a passion into these high schoolers so that they can try to better themselves. My ability to handle stress and process a large amount of information. As a current sophomore, I'm taking organic chemistry, genetics, and physics, and I've been able to handle the workload really well. I probably review about an hour a day. It's not really time consuming. I'm still going to morning practice, waking up at 4:30 a.m. Not really sleeping a lot, and definitely not having school consume me. I've been hanging out with some of the Excel Aquatics high school juniors and seniors, and just talking to them about what their feelings are around, you know, kind of maturing and, applying to college applications. That was a very stressful time in my life, so I definitely feel like I'm a mentor in that sense, and that talking to them and helping them through that process really helps me be fulfilled and just mentor some people. I started journaling on Friday, and I've set to do that every other week, because I I heard another quote, which was that the brain is for cultivating ideas, not storing them. And Friday was just a really good day overall. The My sleep wasn't great. I got about 6 hours and 30 minutes of sleep. Had some reviewing to do, but the weight session that morning was great. The vibes were great. Energy about everyone was great. No complaining. And then going into my physics class that day, the vibes were great too. Pretty short class, but learned a lot. And I just felt like nothing felt too hard or forced. And that day I saw a few, like uh like a group of children being pushed around in a cart, and I was waving that at them, and they waved back, and I just felt like awe and joy from seeing these little kids be so curious, and it also made me question why I don't have that burning curiosity. So that was a really good part of Friday, and I wanted to write that down, because by the time I end my day, I don't want to be trying to remember what happened and why the day was good. Just write it down so that I can reflect on it later. Have that as a piece to reflect on in the future. And swim practice has been pretty challenging. I've been really sore this week. We've done a lot of kick, hit a lot of legs, but I'm seeing that improvement in my breath control. My underwaters are being more consistent, and overall, I feel like we're in a really good place in this season. I'm excited for what's to come. I have a physics test next Monday, organic quiz on Thursday, and genetics test on Thursday. I'm pretty confident for the physics test. The organic I've already looked over. Genetics I've looked over some, but genetics is definitely the biggest thing I need to work on. And I'm on top of everything with my homework. I'm on top of all my lab stuff. I have all A's in all my classes, so that's great. And in this past week, I've really gotten a weird feeling before my swim practices. I used to get really hype up to some rap music or some indie rock music, but now I've been feeling kind of not less hype, but I've been feeling kind of calmer, which is interesting because there's this quote from David Popovici, which is he's the he's a 17-year-old who just broke a 2-decade-old world record in the 100 free. Crazy dude. But one of his quotes is, "Try to be intense without being tense." And in this past week, I really felt that. I've still been smiling at practices, still feel a little bit of excitement and hype, but I'm not tense. I'm able to move around fluidly, and I'm not really like super tense, if that makes sense. And as I've moved through the school year and started to become more social with people, I've realized that self belief is a huge part of just how people carry themselves. And I really think my superpower is just seeing the belief in other people when they don't necessarily believe in themselves. And that also kind of intertwines with my goal of being a doctor as well. But through that, I've also learned that self belief governs a lot. Just how you carry yourself, how you're studying, how your social life is, that type of stuff. And the more I reflect on how I think, the more I realize how mature I've gotten. And I'm really grateful for myself that I've become as mature as I have. And over the years, I've gotten better at reading body language and also matching body language. Now, I'm starting to notice that I attract respect and hold a little bit of prestige in some people's minds. The moment I really noticed this was last Friday, September 30th, I believe. September 30th. I was talking to my weight coach and my swim coach and a mother who came in to work out with my weight coach because he hosts individualized sessions as well. And just somehow, some way, we were talking about like tutoring content, or just like why kind of the demand for like pre-calculus and chemistry and biology is so desirable. And as I was talking about how you can't rewrite any books about the content in biology, genetics, pre-calc, it's all like really the same content. It's just how people deliver it, bridging that gap between them not wanting to do it and breaking it down super easily so they can do it. Like crossing that barrier of friction of not wanting to do it. And I felt in that moment, I almost felt like a speaker. Like I was giving a speech. I just felt like I attracted a lot of respect. And I just felt super fulfilled after that and kind of reflected on how mature I've gotten, really. And after that, the mother even told me that she was she kind of asked me about where I was in college. I said I'm in organic right now. I passed chemistry with flying colors, and she said I might have to reach out to you about my daughter who's in high school and she's kind of struggling with chemistry. I might reach out to you about that, and I thought that was really cool. I also realized that I started to go with the flow more. I have a mental picture of how I want things to go throughout the day, but even if the reality or how the day goes isn't necessarily how I pictured it, I just immediately kind of reframe my mind and integrate that thing into my day. And the simplest things like seeing the curiosity and awe in these children's eyes just gave me so much fulfillment, and I'm really grateful that I can get joy out of the simplest things. I also got a little bit closer with my genetics professor this past week. Just he has a really interesting way of talking, and I asked him about Stoicism, which is the study of ancient Greek philosophers and their idea of life. And he says uh, he has studied Stoicism, and he would love to talk about it with me. So I'm really looking forward to being able to talk with him about that and just building a better connection with potential mentors and my teacher. And I'm starting to realize that I have high expectations for myself, and I understand the potential that I have and where I could be, but I'm starting to not expect those things to happen. I might work out 10 times a week, and I know I should make US Open by next season. But even if that doesn't happen, I'm not expecting that to happen. The only thing I'm expecting of myself is to learn about something every day, have a positive attitude, and just one foot in front of the other. So, my quote of the week this week is: "It is okay to have fear when facing a difficult task. However, one should be fearless in the process of doing something. Courage isn't fearlessness, but facing something head on, even when it's scary." And what I'm looking forward to in the next month or so is I will be having a meet in Georgia soon. I'm really excited for that, just being able to travel into a new environment, just get up and go, see what I can throw down. I've been working on my underwaters a lot in practice, so I'm excited to see how that develops as the season goes on. Meeting new friends, getting closer with existing friends, being more vulnerable in a social sense, being more creative, making these types of videos, these kind of weekly reflections that help me be more creative and learn how to structure my thoughts. I'm also really excited for Winter Juniors. That's kind of that season goal right now, what I've been working towards, and I'm excited to see what I can throw down with a full season with my coach. And then Meet of Champs a week before Winter Juniors will also be really hype because that's most of people's like mid-season meet and their focus meet. So it'll be really exciting to throw down with them as I still need to get some more Winter Juniors guts and then move on to Winter Juniors and throw down there as well. And that's all I have. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you have a great day.